Nighttime. Daytime!
And there's a daddy raid and everything else. Pix, my love, how are you? Thank you for that resub. I see so many new friends and faces. Twitch shit the bed so hard. Yeah. There's been a lot going on here today. I'm assuming it's Akido. Akido, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate you. Thank you for shouting out, Pix. Puffles, how are you, beauty?
Gem of infinite purity, Sailor Moon!
No.
Cutie Fly, thanks for the follow. Hi, Raiders. Welcome in. How did Pix's stream go besides Twitch shitting the bed? Puffles is making Yoshi eggs. That's cute. Very cute. I love that idea. Get your dance face on. Get your dance on. Almost have a couple links. How cute! Oh my god, y'all! If you do not follow Pixstitch, the man of many talents. First of all, Pix is gonna be here on March 22nd. Is that the right date? Did I say the right date? Yes, I did. March 22nd. Pix is gonna be here. We're just gonna co-work. We're gonna co-work. We're gonna chill. We're gonna just get some stuff done that we need to get done. So no pressure, just chill, hanging out, chatting with all of you. And if you don't follow Pix, you need to. He has so many different talents. He crochets, he cross stitches, he makes patterns for both crochet and cross stitch. Like, the man is nuts, and I love him to death. I really do. So make sure you go and follow Pix. Jay Cooney, thanks for the lurk, my love. LP, how are you, babe? It's so good to see you. And yes, he is a ray of absolute sunshine. Pix is indeed a ray of absolute sunshine. It's gonna, listen, your parents are streaming that day. You have to be there. March 22nd, your parents are streaming. Pix and I are your parents, and we are officially streaming together that day, so you have to be there. No ifs, ands, or buts. Listen, your parents say you need to be there. If your parents make that, but Mom! Mom! The other thing as well, we are running a giveaway right now. So, we're working on this backpack that Zakayla sent us, and it's super stinking cute. And if you want to pick up a kit and make the backpack yourself, there's a link. But if you want to enter to win this backpack, the one I'm working on, that's going to be so adorably cute and sparkly. Look how stinking cute that's going to be. If you want this backpack, use your channel points. We have a channel point redeem. Also, Pix, I need to show you the new trick I found with Mixed It Up. Those giveaway entries are going to a text file right now for me. It's like the coolest weird workaround that I discovered today. So then we can just plug that in to a random number generator. It's fantastic. Farah, what did you do? Bailey's has Arby's chicken strips and a mint chocolate shake. Mint chocolate shakes are very appropriate considering tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Very fair.
I'm gonna meow the f out of you.
AJ. AJ! You're leaving me and you're doing that? You're so rude. I love you. Multiple entries are okay, and international is a-okay as well. That's why the channel points cost is a little bit higher, is because... Nominate! Stop it! I popped my elbow when I did that too. Nominate! Stop this shit! You are ridiculous! If you're not careful, I'm gonna go on stretch break and just let you run wild. I will just let you all run wild on stretch break so you don't have to see me cry. Hey, thank you for the biddies. We didn't cut enough thread for this first round, because usually when they do these kits, they make you cut thread to go from A to B in one go. I didn't cut enough thread because who the fuck reads directions? Who actually follows directions? I might write manuals, but I don't do shit about reading them. Runs around, whee!
No.
Elsa!
Hey.
Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate you. I should probably head out. Not much work getting done. Need to go whip myself into action. Melody, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are productive. And I hope you have a fabulous night. Reading, right? Go on stretch break and leave me without adult supervision? I dare you? All right. Challenge fucking accepted.
I'm gonna meow the f out of you.
AJ, thank you so much for your biddies. You're so cute. I appreciate you. But Sakayla sent this bag over, and it's adorable. I'm really excited about it. And it's kind of great because we get to give this away for all of you. And another fun thing, Stormy Girl Stitches gifted us a crocheted bag kit. So we're going to be able to crochet a bag together. And that also will become a giveaway. So we got a couple of giveaways lined up. We got all sorts of fun things.
I'm gonna meow the f out of you.
Thank you so much for the biddies nominate. I love you. All right, here's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go take a quick bio break, and I'm going to leave you all unsupervised. Terrifying thought process, but I'm going to leave you all unsupervised. Can you promise to misbehave? Because I know you will anyway. So if you just promise to misbehave, I'll feel better about walking away. Bandit, I'm good. How are you? LP, get some rest, babe. I appreciate you being here. Mwah! Thank you. And thank you for modding for pics. You always do such a fabulous job. The mister's gonna make nuggies. Yay, AJ. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a quick bio break. Misbehave if you choose to. And I promise yeah, okay. I love you. Bye.
I'm gonna meow the f out of you. I'm gonna meow the f out of you. I'm gonna meow the f out of you.
Sean the non-believer. Sean.
cause chaos? How much chaos did we cause? Thank you so much for all these biddies. All these single biddies just calling like all these crazy things. Thank you so much. Betty, my love, if you're still here, make sure you check your registry. One of the items I sent you doesn't allow for me to do a gift receipt. So just keep an eye on that. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Y'all caused a lot of chaos? Perfect. 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 We love chaos. We broke Marky Cat? What happened? What happened? I think things are broken today. Kamaya, hi honey, how are you? I'm so tired. Where did my mother find all these fucking obscure yarns? I have no idea. I feel like Elements is broken. I feel like something's broken right now. Oh, Markiplier. Marky Cat. Marky Cat doesn't want to beat the fuck out of us right now. I know. I don't understand. And it won't let me replay any of them either. Wait, hold on.
I'm gonna meow the f out of you.
Well, there's that one. And then Kamaya cheered this one.
I'm gonna meow the f out of you.
But the stuff that you're posting right now, AJ, like that one, it's not even showing up on my feed. Like, just to give you pure context, like, I'm not even seeing that on my feed, that y'all did that. So I'm wondering if Elements is broken and Pix is right that shit's, like, all over the place. We broke it while you were gone? Perfect. Love that. Jay Cooney, I love you. Get some sleep, babe. Mwah. Thank you for being here. You deserve the rest. Can't wait to start baking in my free time again. Gluten-free apple crumble. Fuck, I need that. Rocket! It's been ages. How are you, gorgeous? We broke the shit. Exactly. There you go. I'm in for it. You got the ghost merchant? Ooh, yes. Love that. Okay, this is the hard part because we're going through... like a zipper. You're in Canada? Yay! Feces meet fan? Oh, cause shit hits the fan. Ayo. Ayo. Thank you, Toki. Thank you. Thank you. Spam some Ayos. You've also become addicted to Celsius. That's fair. That's very fair. If y'all are just coming on it, did you break it again? Nominate. I think Pix was correct in stating that Twitch went all funky. Let's check a couple of the support sites. All the way across the country to new one. You got it. Girl, we gotta get you a what? Farrah, we gotta get me a what? Your Sims grandpa's dying? Not allowed. Not allowed. A pointy longy stabby. Okay, you know what? I'm not objective to a pointy longy stabby. I'm okay with that. I am okay with pointy longy stabbies. Damn. Okay, cool. Anyway, sorry, some problems. The bag is cute, thank you. Sorry, there's a lot going on today, and I'm quite distracted. If you want to enter to win this bag, use your channel points. There's a channel point redeem called giveaway ticket. You can enter to win this bag. As soon as it's done, we'll give it like another day or something, or another stream. And then we can give away this bag together. So this was a kit sent by Zakayla. And to pay it forward to the community, I thought we should just make this together as a group and, you know, give it away as a group. I think that'd be fun, right? I think that'd be a good time. But we are going to need to cut another piece of thread here in a sec, so let me get around this corner and a couple stitches in, and then we will cut some new thread. Get that going. Thank you for some stripper Geralt. I appreciate, listen, we all appreciate a little stripper Geralt, if you know what I mean. We all appreciate a little bit of stripper Geralt in our lives. Good up in Canada. That's fantastic. Ray AJ forgot to tell me you're starting to relearn how to knit. Oh my gosh, what's your first knit project, babes? I'm not allowing this to happen. Bailey. You need to blow shit up? Girl, same. I'm actually very much considering going to a rage room pretty soon. Because, listen, I can't. I need something. If you get deep into this, Google or Amazon a speedy stitcher. It does a lot of the work for you. Okay, good to know. Okay, we got around the corner. I am gonna need more thread, so we're gonna end this one over here and tie it off as expected. The way that we learned the last time around is that we actually do want to tie this off.
Bing bong.
You're like, hydrate before you set shit on fire. There we go. Did I hear Google? Does anybody need... Oh, Google, always. No, I think it's for extra parts if I keep doing these leatherwork bags, just like something to help me stitch. You go get that stress relief, damn straight. You almost set a house on fire. How'd you do that? Okay, got that side. Bam! That is much cleaner. Melt, melt, melt. Fire, fire, fire. It's going out great. Still variable is using fire. You're gonna pay Progressive Soup in Discord. Thank you, thank you, thank you for paying your Progressive Soup taxes. And I appreciate all of you paying your Progressive Soup and your pet taxes. It's very appreciated. Been amazing watching you make these bags. Kamaya, you're sweet. What are you working on tonight, babe? Liz, I will go to a rage room with you. Okay, Bailey, come out here. There's a rage room like 20 minutes from my house. It's actually right around the corner from my old house. Funny enough. But, there's a rage room, and you literally pay by the bucket to destroy shit. It is so much fun. I would love to, like, I need to go back so desperately. It's like a full body workout anyway, so it's kind of worth going, and yes, you pay a buttload of money, but you can bring your own stuff with you too. So if you wanted to bring your own stuff, you can bring your own stuff. You did your break shit? Me too. You said soup and pet tax? On my way. Perfect. Not working on anything. Been deep cleaning for the last 4 hours. I call it my Christmas when I deep clean. Hey, Christmas has arrived then. Sheesh. Come on, if you need some extra work, you're more than welcome to come over here. I have been very neglectful of my home. You are more than welcome to help me catch up. Perfect. I'm just really happy that we get to do this again as a group. I'm really happy that we're putting another bag together. I'm really thrilled that you all are here today. Thank you. Thank you for being the sweetest beans. Couple things just in case you haven't seen. If you're an Etsy seller and you've been seeing the news about the banks getting shut down, there are some businesses, like some people who didn't get their payments. I don't know what the proper procedure with that is, but Stormy didn't get her Etsy payment this week because of the bank shutdown for Silicon Valley Bank. So if you know anybody who's an Etsy seller, just tell them to be careful, make sure they don't count that in for this week's budget, all that good stuff. Just definitely worried about everybody at the moment with that. Do this. It's weird, but there's a method to my madness, right? It still looks like it's continuous. There we go. Your internet? Lily, it might not just be your internet though. Like, apparently Twitch has been really weird. I don't know if you ever watched Full House, but once a year, Danny always deep cleaned and called it his Christmas. You know, I never grew up on Full House. You'd think I would have, being a 90s kid. But no, I never got to watch Full House as a kid. And I've seen a few episodes here and there because Frozen loves the show. And so we started rewatching a little bit of it now that Frozen's discovered where it's located. But I never watched it when I was young. House needs to be redone. What happened with the house? Former owner didn't realize aluminum wire was still a thing and they tied copper to it and fire. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Is everybody okay in the house? Are you all safe? It's just that you're a squirrel, so you bury things in safe places and forget what those safe places are. Just like dogs, okay? Like, just like dogs. Mint! How are you, my love? What are you donating as a mannequin? If it's yourself, I don't want to damage you. I like you the way you are. Yeah, apparently everybody's been talking about Full House. I never watched it as a kid. Trying to test my coding, but it keeps timing itself out. Ooh. Lily, have you tried, resetting your router? The classic turn it off and on again excuse. Is it a timer for banks to shut down? Because I've been shut down and merged with another. No, Kamaya, so the Silicon Valley Bank is just like completely shut down. I don't know if Silicon Valley Bank is like, they're not for normal everyday customers, yeah? Silicon Valley Bank is for like startups and businesses, and like the big player right now that I know of is Etsy. So Etsy's not fully properly paying people out. Some people are getting payments, but some aren't. So I don't know what the proper, like, I don't know what the proper channels are to go through about that, but keep your eye out for it. And if I hear anything about it, I'll let you know. Stormy was unfortunately affected by it, so she was telling us earlier about this. I was hoping it didn't affect any one of us, but, you know, now we're gonna go to war with Etsy. Funny story, that's Full House adjacent. Mousy, hit me. Hit me with it, babe. Back, but I finished a sketch shared in Discord. Oh my god, hold on. Pix finished something. I gotta go look. Now you got the freaking, like, toss a coin to your Witcher song in my head. Elsabeth making all these gorgeous stitch markers. Fuck, Elsa, now I need stitch markers. You're gonna run me dry. I'm supposed to save my tax refund for my teeth, and now you're running me dry, Miss Thing. Rainbow River. These colors are gorgeous, AJ. Oh my god, these colors are stunning, darling. Yeet, launch. Don't forget, everybody, there is a giveaway going on. If you want to enter to win the bag that's pictured underneath my face, or if you use the exclamation point pattern to get that pattern link, you can either make the set, or if you use your channel points, you can enter to win the bag. So either is fine with us. I would love it if you would enter to win. International is okay. Multiple entries are okay. Toki, your stitching is gorgeous. Is that glow in the dark? Damn, that's so cool. We finally start booking for summer vacation. Oh, you're going to San Francisco. How amazing is that? Happy we're putting together a rough list of places to visit. The few days in San Francisco, I listed Painted Ladies, then realized I would be the only one that gets the TV reference. Hubby and mother-in-law are past the Full House era. No, still go. Still do it. Sleeping Beauty is doing an English paper piecing project, and like, Miss Thing? Miss Thing? Miss Thing, why didn't you tell us that you had this talent? You probably did, but still, look at that. That's gorgeous. That's stunning. Well done. Pick Stitch finished a sketch. Bitch. 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 I need that Bowser. I need all of this. Okay, Pix, you do realize when this comes out, I'm making this for Frozen. How do I get one of these talents? Mint, you already have one of these talents, boo. Mint, you have so many talents. It's unreal. Do we... Mint. Mint Wizard made me this ages ago. And it still is one of my favorite things in the universe. And sorry for the loud noise. There's actually like marbles in the bottom to hold it all together. Mint made me this. And it's amazing. And it's so wonderful and fantastic. And I don't think you understand. I have this in my window. I've kept this in my window ever since you sent it to me. It's like, it seriously is my favorite thing. And I keep it with the Sailor Scouts on the outside so you can see all the standard Sailor Scouts. You have so many talents, Mint. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, it's a rain box. It's like... Don't get too, we don't want to get, like, Darude or, like, we don't want to get, like, Darude or, like, Sandstorm. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Just, like... Elizabeth! Everywhere you go, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Oh my god. That's true. The Koopalings are adorable. Pix, you're fucking killing it. Bro, you're fucking killing it. Pix has such talent. It's unreal. You had to breathe to summon a storm. Damn fucking straight. It's the best thing in the world. Wait, Vintage, that's a freaking ink circles freebie? Goddamn, thank you. The more you know. But it's still beating me, Mint. It's never easy. But if you have questions, you let us know. We got you covered. But if you want to enter to win this giveaway, we're gonna be... This backpack is so cute. Come on. Come on. Look how cute. It's glittery and, like, loud and in your face, just like we are here. So if you want to enter to win this, absolutely use that channel point redeem. It's international, so that's why the channel points are a bit higher than what I would normally do. And by the way, if you don't know, there's a couple different services that do auto clickers or like auto collect. So if you're like, hey, I don't know if I can be there to auto collect channel points or to collect channel points every single time, get like one of the browser extensions. There's like Franken something or other. I know that does automatic channel points. I know there's I don't have the link to it at the moment, but there's another one as well that is a Google Chrome extension that you can install for that. And that's how if I tend to lurk in people's pages, I make sure that that extension's running so I can get channel points too. Yeah, that sketch is super fucking clean. I'm so excited about that. Firefox has one. That's the one that Frozen's been looking for because sometimes he has Duo's channel up and running, but like he's actively working a case and he can't immediately switch his computer because he has to like do a whole routine to switch his keyboard from computer A to computer B. But it has a purple balloon. That's the one I think I've been using too. And I've been using that in Chrome. But it's hella useful. There's a white bag. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There's a few different colors. There's black, brown, green, and white. And here's that. You can see this here. So this is the backpack, and you can do it as a backpack or you can do it as a crossbody. So it's up to you how you want to wear it. Oh, thank you, Mousy. You're the best. Yeah, Frozen uses Firefox. He doesn't like Google Chrome. You never want to live in an apartment again? I don't blame you. Time for me to go to my lecture. Have fun. Enjoy your lecture. Bantan, I'm so proud of you for going back to school. I don't know if I've told you this yet, but I'm so proud of you. You're just kicking butt and taking names over there. Congratulations on school, honey. The green is your fave? Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it. You should be proud of you. Irish, have yourself a good night. You're hopping off a touch early tonight. Look at you. You're a wreck. What's happening? I'm gonna talk to you later, Irish, because I'm worried about you now. Love and appreciation to you too. And do you notice how I dodged the compliment? I mean, of course. I don't have a German Shepherd dog. I will call them German Shedders. It's true. It's true. They do shed quite a lot. Can't be clogging up that with Twitch watching. Yeah, absolutely. You're the worst upstairs neighbors ever. They never stop arguing. Oh, no. Yeah. If you ever do live in an apartment again, you want to live on the top floor, but then, like, you trade the stairs, and I don't know what's really worth it. It is St. Patty's Day weekend, which I have found out that isn't really terribly celebrated overseas. I am planning on wearing green tomorrow. Rumor also has it that, depending on the store you look at, there might be a corned beef crock pot meal. So I might try to see if I can find that. Because I've never gotten to make corned beef. And I thought, you know, it's not the ideal way, but shoot, some slow cooked food would be amazing. Plus, Frozen's going over the river tomorrow to do a game event. And it'd be nice for him to have dinner early. Invited me to dinner. I said no because corned beef is the worst. Is it? You don't like it? Hype train's still broken. It says the hype train is close to one more person. What? Oh my god, yeah, then Twitch is broken right now. Hold on, let's take a look. It's the one thing I was supposed to do earlier. Status.twitch.tv.
I'm gonna meow the f out of you.
Well, hey, at least that's working. Thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate you. Kim Practical, hi, honey. Good to see you. You make shepherd's pie instead. That's a damn good choice, though. That's a damn good choice. Shepherd's pie is killer. How are you today? St. Patty's is going to be interesting this year. Why do you say that, Sleeping Beauty? Okay, and Twitch is saying everything is operational. I don't believe them. Twitch is saying everything is good to go and operational. I do not believe them. And they just also made a comment a couple days ago about raid views. That's interesting too. Anyway. Yeah, please do, Toki. Getting pumped to stream tonight. Nice, 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 nice. Well, hey, speaking of that, Kim, Twitch has been having weird glitches all day. So keep that in mind while you're streaming. One of our friends, Pick Stitch, said that he was running into issues today, and he always has big crowds, and then we've been running into issues, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, go home, Glitch. Go home, Twitch. You got a glitch. Did y'all see that the CEO of Twitch is stepping down today, by the way? Like, effective immediately type of stepping down? He was the last founder of Justin.tv, and he has finally decided to step away. Release Diamond PT Progresso Soup is in the... Oh, good. Perfect. Oh, yep. There's some problems then, and they just haven't talked about it yet. Okay, good to know. Basically makes them all allergic to really food product. Oh. Oh my god. So, is this like a forced vegetarian situation? Is that what I'm kind of hearing? Forced or opted? Apparently opted. I guess he's become a first-time dad, and he said he wants to step away and be with family. That's a Zakayla. Hi, gorgeous. How are you? Exclamation point. Welcome our raiders. Hi, Zakayla. You get it from being bit by a Lone Star tick. Interesting, Sleeping Beauty. Interesting. Oh, Sam being a double agent. Hi, babe. Oh my gosh. Hi, raiders. Welcome in. Oh my gosh. Elf is being a badass. Thank you, babe. Zakayla, yes, we're working on the bag. If Zakayla's the one who sent us the bag, by the way. And if you would like to enter to win the bag, use your channel points. There's a channel point redeem. Or if you're just too anxious, you can click that Amazon link and go buy the bag. Like, buy the kit and make it yourself. But this is going to come to you fully finished. And I am shipping international. Multiple entries are okay. So you're good to go. That's intense, Sleeping Beauty. Zakayla, what were you doing today in stream? Yo, if you don't follow her, she's such a sweetie. Has so many adorable animals as well. And honestly, Zakayla saved my crochet. Raiders, welcome on in. My name's Liz. I'm Sleeping Luna Designs. I'm a squirrel. Y'all know who I'm at. Most of you know who I am at this point. So we're working on the bag today, but we do have updates on the ball gown as well. Was working on the rabbit and a pie and me for tonight. Oh, cute! Oh my god, how so stinking cute. I can't wait to catch one of your other streams to see it again. Zakayla, by the way, don't forget to go take care of yourself. I know that you have wind down time coming up. So you can, you know, rest and get prepped for work. Don't forget to go take care of yourself. Get yourself drink, snack, food, etc., etc. Mint chip ice cream. Hell yeah. All right. The other fun thing about today, I do want to share this real quick since some of you weren't there before when we saw this. Karen has received an upgrade. Everybody say hi, Karen. Karen's the dress form. Hi, Karen. Hello. Karen has clothes on and she's taller. Karen's a fancy bitch now. So, everybody welcome Karen to management. Karen is our newest manager. Thank you for being willing to step up into the role of managing me. I know it's impossible. That's why I asked an inanimate object to do it. I hope you enjoy your role. And you can see that she has her pasties on because, you know, she has to be Twitch TOS appropriate. And we have a hoop skirt. We have a hoop skirt. This hoop skirt did indeed come with steel boning. Dawn came out of lurk to literally tell Karen to go fuck herself. Beautiful. I know, you dirty whore, I know it's still you. Thank you. It's still her. This did come with 1/4-inch steel boning. Elf is walking me through how is gonna help me figure out how to do 1/2-inch steel boning instead. There are open channels, so hopefully the replacement goes easy peasy. But this particular hoop skirt is going underneath the gown, the crocheted gown that we're gonna be working on. Don't be flashing Karen. I mean, nah, she got nothing down there. Her essay is kind of blank. That's what she said. Ayo. But the crochet gown is going to be sitting on top of that. That's going to be what gives it its structure. And switching out the boning to something a bit thicker is actually going to give more support. So hopefully nothing just collapses. Super excited about it. She's looking great. I can't wait to make more of the tiles for that, because the other thing we got, and I can show you this too. I don't know if Dusky's here or not, because I think it was Dusky or Dueling Needles who was telling me about a blocking board. I had credit card reward points, so I got this bad boy like for free. We love free 99, baby. So we got the blocking board for free. It's a 13-inch blocking board. Super cute. So this is in the right shape of how I've got all the pins in the correct shape of how I want them to be. So she's looking good. And what I did do, I took a couple of the tiles and I connected them together with stitch markers just to kind of see what it looks like. She's gonna be stunning when she's done. So, I'm excited. I don't know how the color fade is gonna work from top to bottom just yet. It might be random tiles. We might do a gradient. I don't know. But honestly, I'm in love with her. I think she's fantastic. But it's gonna require a lot because this is 3. You have to also keep in mind that they're gonna be a little bit tighter together, and it's gonna shrink when you do all the seams. So, yeah, I'm really stoked. I can finally start to see it like coming together. I'm so psyched for the gown too. Thank you. The yarn for the gown was actually provided by Lion Brand. So no pressure. Like 0 pressure whatsoever, because you know Lion Brand is expecting pictures when you're done. But I am getting pro photos done when I'm done. It's gonna be a lot of work. We have a ton of crochet coming up. Normally I'm a cross stitch person, but like I've been on the crochet kick for a minute, and now I'm kind of being forced to stay on the crochet kick. I took another commission. I took a blanket commission for my photographer as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy few weeks of crochet madness. Bailey, you're so sweet. I'm not that talented, but thank you. What I am is persistent. I have queer persistence, okay? Like my methodology here is like, listen, I've never done this before, but look, I'm a bisexual woman. I think I can do whatever I want. So I can do whatever I'm a Leo and a bi woman. I can do whatever I put my mind to. Title of everything. Caroline, once I start getting some arm muscle and like losing my flappy arms, you can tell me that. But not until then. Pearl Diver, a Leo and a bi. done. I love it. Give me a second, I'm gonna close Twitch and see if it fixes it. You got it, AJ. I'm really excited for the gown. That's gonna be a really big accomplishment, and I think the biggest thing about the gown right now is both my mothers have messaged me and been like, I have no idea how you got this. You're crazy. But this is gonna be cool when it's done. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Both my mothers have said that. It's gonna be perfect. You finished your cardigan. Did you post pictures? Because we need pictures. There's a whole ass gown out of crochet. And it's funny because the woman who inspired me to do this actually made a gown for the drag queen Maddie Morphosis, which the big thing about Maddie that you might not know if you're just like drag, Maddie's a straight queen. Maddie Morphosis is a straight queen. Like sexual orientation is straight. So it's very interesting to have a cis male in the space doing drag. But at DragCon, this royalty, this is what Gina Galina created for Maddie. This was look number 1 of 3, and all 3 looks were crocheted. So this was my inspiration point, right? I was like, wait a second, you can make a freaking ball gown out of granny squares? Get out of town. So we're not doing the granny squares. We're not doing, you know, our obvious 70s color schemes. And like, look, even her wig was crochet. That's how dedicated she was. We're not doing a crochet wig, but we are doing a top and a skirt. And it's going to be stunning. So that's where the inspiration came from. And the creator of that dress and I have actually been talking. And she has been giving me advice about how to search for a good hoop skirt, how to, like, giving me encouragement. And it's so neat to see another creator who created something, like, so freaking cool like that. Dawn, if you don't have the spoons to do it, don't stress it. I did find a pair of studs that I liked that go full ear. They're not dangles like I was hoping for, but they're gorgeous and I wouldn't object to wearing them. So if you don't have the spoons, Dawn, don't stress it. I will not want to put that pressure on you, but also I found an alternative in case you can't. This community is GOAT. Absolutely. This community is seriously the GOAT. I have not yet. Not sure if I have the spoons. Maybe someday. Caroline, I'm so proud of you for like finishing the cardigan though. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. That's an amazing accomplishment. No lie. Sandra! Hi, gorgeous. How are you? Right? Waffles, isn't that dress was amazing? Wait, your strike is national news? Sobel, send me some links, please. Send me some links. Mint chocolate shake was a very good idea. I might order one tonight. Sounds like a good idea. Although, we spent enough money on food today. Frozen wanted a salad today from Firehouse, and I didn't have the stuff in-house to make a salad, so we had to order out. Oh, shit! That strike. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm impressed. You have no spoons left, only knives? Yeah, By the way, if y'all are just kind of wandering on in, there is a giveaway going on. It's gonna last over several streams. If you want to enter to win this backpack that I am currently making, there is a channel point redeem. might take a touch longer than the other bag did just because of, there's so many different pieces to this one. It's just fascinating, to be honest, to try to put all this together. Toki, thanks for running the giveaway tag. I appreciate you, boo. No, I didn't, I can't figure that one out. So Sobel, the way that I have it done right now, the way that I have it done, I actually figured out a way to mix it up. My StreamBot, tie in your giveaway entries into a text file. I haven't found a way to do it with multiple line items yet. So I'll have to figure that out. But if I can figure that out, then yeah, I'll put a multi-ticket as well. Chapter 3 is genuinely only 2 pages. Hey, that's okay. It's a short story, girly. You might have too many points. Sobel, the other thing is as well, don't spend all your points right now. Stormy Girl Stitches actually sent us a crocheted sunflower bag.